Wall Street opened a little over 10 minutes ago. We could see that the Dow is basically flat for the start of the day's trading. Obviously, we'll keep an eye on it throughout the course of the day. There's been some volatility based on some of the remarks the Fed chair made. We'll keep watching until the close later today at 4.
So Donald Trump's social media site, Truth Social, debuted on the NASDAQ in March of 26th, and it reached a high of $79.38 a share that day. As of yesterday's closing, though, Trump media stock tanked to just $22.84 a share. The former president owns more than half of the shares of the stock. So joining us now for more on this is Javier E. He's a CBS News contributor and managing editor of business and markets at Axios. So in a way, it's not like super surprising. I mean, X can't even make any money. Twitter beforehand wasn't making any money. I would think that this has an even smaller base of people who are participating in Truth Social. So what's contributing to the stock's slide?
Well, you hit the nail right on the head. Truth Social as a business is not making any money. In fact, earlier this month, it disclosed that it had posted something along the lines of a $58 million loss. All of the, our media reporter, Sarah Fisher, reported recently that it has fewer users and less income than any other social network that's come before it. So all the metrics that define social media platform success are just not there for Trump media at this point.
So it does seem like it's sort of that old story of the tulips, right? That this is something that investors who are mainly Trump supporters bought, even though, as you pointed out, the company barely makes any money.
But it's a challenging business model for all of these platforms. Yeah, Reddit is challenged, at Facebook, I guess, makes money, but a lot of these tech companies are not turning a profit.
Yeah,
right.
but as Javier points out, and as Sarah has reported, the company is only generating something like $751,000 in the fourth quarter. It's basically seen as an in-kind donation to Donald Trump, both financially and reputationally. In other words, I have friends of mine who are Trump supporters who, when the stock went public, texted me and said, I'm buying this stock for my guy, and I was sort of like, I hope it works out for you because this is an investment you're making with your children's money, the money that you hope to send them to college with, and yet there are no solid financial, the foundation of the company is not very solid for the type of stock price that it had a couple of weeks ago, Javier.
Yeah, and Yahoo Finance published this great story yesterday, which sort of underscores the dynamic at play. Really, Truth Social at this point is two things: a meme stock, which is along the lines of GameStop and AMC, and we saw all of the volatility and all that whole craziness during the pandemic era. And it also mainly functions as a barometer of Donald Trump's near-term political and legal fortune. So as his sort of legal jeopardy deepens or his political prospects darken, the stock is going to suffer. So this slump is also coinciding with a sort of fresh batch of polling data that suggests President Biden has a widening advantage. There's a long way to November. It's not saying this is a lock for President Biden by any means, but none of the elements that would support a rally for this particular stock are currently present.
So Trump media announced plans to launch a streaming service. That also, I guess, is not surprising because what do, right? You try to diversify your revenue streams. I think a lot of streaming platforms are trying to do that. Oh, you get an exclusive interview here, and maybe that'll get people to sign up. But what kind of content are we expecting to be available, and how costly could this be for the company? Because obviously, you got to spend money to make money.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, in this case, it's like, where is the money going to come from in the first place to start the platform? And once they do, you probably envision it would be something very targeted toward hardcore pro-Trump supporters, those who want to hear from him all day, every day. I think the best outcome of all of the legal cases that he has is the first outcome is he retakes the White House. The second is maybe he doesn't retake the White House, but he's still a free man and he's still out there and he can still sort of be the presence in the face of this particular social platform, which, again, his hardcore supporters want to hear from him all the time. This is kind of one of the reasons why Truth Social had at least a modicum of success, because hardcore, Trumpists wanted to continually interact and hear from him. But I think there are two things that we have to keep in mind. We don't know exactly how much Trump is worth, but we know that he's not liquid. And we also know that if, in fact, any of these judgments that are pending against him, move against him, he's going to have to sell something. So he'll either have to sell a big chunk of this Truth Social stock, which means more pressure, downward pressure on the stock, or he'll have to sell some of his properties to meet some of these obligations that he's now sort of hanging.
Yeah, I mean, for investors who are really considering investments in these companies, I mean, I'll just point them to the history of Trump Airline, Trump Magazine, Trump Steaks, Trump University, Trump Water.
Is there a Trump wine?
There was a Trump winery. Yes, there was a Trump winery, and he doesn't own these companies, right? He doesn't. True. He's using the licensing of his name, his image, and his brand, which is incredibly powerful, as a way to draw investors into these companies. But in terms of a hands-on CEO who's really working the levers of that organization,
that's a good point.
It's lacking. Javier, always great to have you, my friend. Thank you.